Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my new video where I'm going to go over 5 different tips that I think can really help you in the new season that are going to be revolving around warding. Now, this is predominantly going to be geared towards support players because, in all honesty, you're probably a support player if you're watching this video. Not too many other roles concern themselves with warding, particularly in low elos and the bulk of the League of Legends population. So I am going to go over some of the best warding spots, in my opinion, that are really going to help you out when you are playing support. My cat is going crazy. Okay, so number one, my absolute favorite ward when you're playing out of the bot lane is to ward right over the top of this, and this is going to give you vision of 2 really important camps for the jungler. And what this is going to allow is your top laner is going to be able to see when the enemy jungler is just really like farming down the bot lane, and when they have a long lane like they do in the top lane, that really enables them to chase down the enemy when they know there is a very little threat of a gank coming towards them outside of a mid lane roam. A couple little caveats when you do this ward: make sure that you are using all the consumables that are in the jungle. Now, this sometimes can be you have to supplement that ward. It can't be your only ward. The second best spot that I think you should be placing your ward is for the scuttle control and dragon control. This is really going to be great because the scuttle is worth so much gold, and the junglers love taking these, so it's going to spot them out a lot, and it's going to stop any kind of roams from the mid laner, and it's going to stop just the regular standard gank of the jungler coming down the river to gank you in bot lane. Now, this is going to leave you pretty open towards this path with ganking, but you can supplement that with your control ward. And with these 2 wards, where you should be placing your third ward is just either saving it if the enemy is ducking into the bushes a lot and you need to have that warded so they can't break vision, to stop auto attacking and to stop vision of them. So make sure that you are saving that 1 ward for just kind of one of the bushes in the lane. Now, this is just a really strange concept to a lot of people, because I know a lot of people just love warding right here, and that's all they ward, and they just kind of swap with their ADC and what they're warding. So really make sure that you are improving your game. I know it's kind of becomes autopilot. I know sometimes I do this. I have no idea. I know that this is a poor ward spot because it's generally going to be too late for any kind of jungler with movement speed or gap closing ability. So this should be just called the too late ward, and just make sure you're placing that ward and the ward up here, and you should be set. Now that's going to wrap up tip number 1, and as always, guys, if you have any questions for me, please let me know in the comments down below. I love helping you guys out. That's kind of what my channel is focused around, is just helping people out climbing. Yeah, that will wrap up tip number 1. Alright, now I'm going to get into tip number 2. Now, this is going to be very important for any role, particularly if you have a team that is just not helping you ward. They're not warding, they're not buying control wards. What you want to do, as a general rule of thumb, at least in my opinion, is when you are behind, far side alteration can really save you from just going into really poor spots and just getting having to face check bushes to ward objectives. So what this is generally going to allow you to do is just maybe it's past the 20-minute mark and there's Baron, and you just want to put a ward behind the Baron, because that spot right there will be hidden behind the neck of the Baron. Or if you want to put it near the dragon, you can always like do it right there or wherever. So this is going to really allow you just make sure to check out what's happening in the game. Are we losing? Can I afford to face check? If you can afford to face check, you don't need the blue, and the sweeper is all around going to be better. Now, with the sweeper, this isn't just for support. I'm talking about everyone. When you are ahead, it is so important that you take advantage of Fog of War in low elo. They do not respect Fog. This is one of the easiest ways to start and improve your gameplay in the new season. So when you are ahead and you deny vision with the sweeper, and you are just waiting for a lower level jungler to come around, maybe one that's been beaten on a bit, or you're a solo laner that has a high level, really setting up bush traps like this with sweeper is just so invaluable. After you kind of see the benefits of it a couple times, it's just going to be a part of your game. So look to implement this. It's going to really enable your roams, and if you are playing any kind of assassin or fighter, if you're playing something like Pike, it is so important to deny vision so you can get a good flank and just really it enables the assassin playstyle. It's almost the equivalent of, I mean, sometimes it's even better than getting a long sword if you are just trying to remember, hey, I need to get this sweeper to set up bush traps when I am ahead and I know I can win pretty much any 1v1 on the map. If you have any questions about this, you can let me know in the comments down below. I know that this is kind of repetitive, but I really enjoy talking with you guys and answering any questions to help you guys out of low elo. I fancy myself a little bit of a bronzologist, where I'm able to just kind of help. I've helped a lot of people climb out of the bronze and a few out of iron, but that's kind of a new role or a new tier. So and also, if you guys want an OPGG review, I am going to open that up again. I tried to catch up. I had about like 200 I needed to do on throughout different videos where I've offered this, but I think I've caught up to almost all of them. So if you want an OPGG review, let me know in the comments down below, and that will wrap up tip number 2. All right, and let's get into tip number 3. Now, this is going to be a little bit different than what you've probably heard on any videos if you've been looking at things like warding, but I think that it is really important to cover it. Let's just sell whatever. I don't really care. This is customs games, and this is kind of about the invisible line that I would like to refer to as the line of scrimmage. This is where a lot of the engagements happen. Generally, when the game is 0-0 and it's early in the game, the line of scrimmage is represented by the river, and this is where I want you to place your control wards. There are a couple great spots for control wards. You can always look at certain bushes is a great spot. Another great spot, it would be this bush right here. And as the game progresses, say that in this particular game, hey, we just crushed the lane, everything's going well, we've taken a couple towers, it is time to move up your control wards. Do not be one of those supports that can keep a control ward in this spot for the entire game, even though they are quite behind, or they're quite ahead, and that is very rarely being used when there are engagements. Control wards are so important around engagements and for spotting people where they are actually moving, and near the line of scrimmage is where the most action is going down. Say you're ahead, there's a couple great control ward spots. This one rarely gets cleared in low elo, and same with this bush right here. And having these deep control wards is really going to enable you around the map, being able to see where other people are and being able to attack them where they are at their weakest and most unprepared. So let's go over a couple places when you are losing. Now, obviously this is going to be different when you are on a different side, but control wards here, maybe one right here, here. Just be looking for bushes that are forward. It matters how far behind. If you're just getting crushed and they have Baron buff, you want to probably be putting your control wards back here or even here to stop any of the wards over so they can pop and get picks on you. So just depending, Baron buff, probably want to be going here or here with control wards, or here, or maybe there. Might be a little too far out and might be a little bit of a sacrifice, but really look at what the game state is, and that's where you should be placing control wards. And small tip, a lot of the times if you just say to your team, hey guys, let's each put one control ward on the map and let's light this bitch up like a Christmas tree. Just kind of like a friendly, not like, hey guys, you need to get some fucking control wards, what the fuck are you doing? Just make maybe a little bit of a lighthearted joke, and you might see an extra couple control wards on the map that are really going to help out. So always look to just kind of just look at the game state and put your control wards where they are most needed on the line of scrimmage, and that will wrap up this tip. Alright, and tip number 4. This is going to be really important, particularly for support players or people that start falling behind. When you are looking to get those offensive wards that are really going to help your team out quite a bit, you want to look for someone to invade with. If your jungler is taking camps in the enemy as opposing jungle, go in, invade with him, just kind of use the buddy system and place down a bunch of deep wards. This is going to be very effective. This is what I see a lot of pro teams doing, is taking advantage of when the junglers are doing, maybe they're going red to blue, and they've just kind of separated the map like that, and they both know that their camps are getting taken on the other side. This is a really important time to get some deep wards in the enemy jungle. As a support in general, you're pretty poor at 1v1ing, and you are going to be a bit underleveled under the jungler or a mid lane roam, so you have to be very careful. So you either want to implement the buddy system or play a champion like Pyke that is extremely slick and hard to kind of lock down with just all of his abilities. I mean, sometimes it just seems impossible. Like, if you can really catch Pike, it's pretty crazy. So, yeah, either buddy system or have vision on the enemy, or just play a champion like Pike, and you'll be able to get great wards off for your team. If you don't really know if your champion is like really slick and being able to evade, I can help you guys out. Just hit me up with a comment down below. Be like, hey, is Alistair good? Is Alistair okay to solo ward? I would probably say with Alistair, it's pretty difficult. You don't have as much mobility unless you're just kind of timing it perfectly with the Scuttle Crab, and you can W dash away to the Scuttle Crab. I know it's kind of a weird example, but let me know down below if you need any kind of help with that, and that will wrap up this tip. Alright, and jumping into the final tip for this video is, I want you to check out your match history right now. I want you to look at the different vision scores you are getting in different games, and I want you to try and improve your vision score from the previous game. Every single game you do, I want you to look at your match history after you finish the game, be like, hey, I did better using vision this game than I did the other game, and then just keep trying to compete with yourself. Like, as a, like, how would you explain it? Like, maybe like Mario Kart, you know how the, like, the ghost drivers, you can kind of see like how someone completed a track really quickly. You want to try and compete with yourself, and when you're doing this, you're really just kind of committed it to your memory that, hey, I really needed to get these wards out if I want to beat my record from last time, and really just try and see how high of a vision score you can actually get in a game. And it's kind of like a fun little mini game as a support inside the game. It can be kind of lame and boring after a while, but it's fun at the start, and you're building up your fundamentals, and it's really just kind of becoming a part of your game. And pretty soon you'll just be buying control wards and making sure to ward at all possible times, and to always have wards up around the objectives as you progress, and just kind of commit it to memory. It's going to just become part of muscle memory to always buy control wards when available, and to always have wards placed out on the map. Now, that will wrap up the video. If you enjoyed the content, please remember to like and subscribe. Really, I'm blown away with how much support I've gotten recently. I really wanted to thank you guys. It's been a blast. Also, having so much fun with the streams with you guys. So you can add me on the client. It's just Lowfit. It's my channel name with no space. Always looking for extras for the 5v5 customs that I run. So hopefully I'll see you out there. And as always, guys, take it easy.